first course, first video in Algebra 2, and we'll do polynomial arithmetic. So this is video 1 of Algebra 2. So you should know what polynomials are already, especially if you're in Algebra 2. So let's go into adding and subtracting first, and then we'll do some multiplication and dividing. So let's go to town. We'll start with multiplication. Let's multiply a constant, let's say 4, and we'll multiply it by, let's say, 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. Right, so here we are. We have a constant multiplied by a trinomial. Right? And trinomials, as you know, are polynomials. So in this case, we're just distributing. Right? And we're going to have 12x squared plus 8x minus 20. There we go. And of course, you've done this in Algebra 1 also, and even pre-algebra. So let's add some now. We did some multiplication. So let's say I had 3x plus 2, and I want to add it to, let's say, 3x minus 9. So here we have two binomials, and we're adding them together. And when you're adding polynomials, you have to remember that you can only add like terms. And you don't care about these parentheses, actually. You can just take them away. 3x plus 3x, well, that's 6x. And 2 minus 9, be careful with the negatives, that'll be negative 7. So here's our answer. Okay, let's do another addition one. What if I had 2x squared minus 5x plus 3, and then I want to add it to x plus 4. All right, move that over a little so you see it. So here we got to distribute again like we did with multiplication. Don't forget to distribute this first. So we're going to have 2x squared minus 10x plus 6. Then we have plus x plus 4, right? So there's no other 2x squared, so we're just going to keep it 2x squared. Let's bring this down a little bit. There's no other 2x squares to combine. A negative x plus an x, we know, is negative 9x now. And 6 plus 4 is 10. So here we go. 6 plus 4 is 10. All right, let's do one with subtraction. Okay, I'll start here. What if I had 3x squared minus 5x minus 1 minus 3x squared plus 2? So, again, we're going to keep this. Remember in subtraction, which you probably learned in elementary school, keep, change, chain when you see subtraction. What you want to do here with this minus 3, you want to distribute the entire thing. And a lot of high school students, when they first get into algebra, especially in Algebra 1, they would forget that. So we can keep this, 3x squared minus 5x minus 1. We don't care about the parentheses. And this will be minus 3x squared minus 6. We distributed the entire negative 3. Now 3x squared minus 3x squared cancels out. Negative 5x is nothing else with it, so we'll just keep negative 5x. And negative 1 minus 6 is minus 7. Here we go. That's subtraction. Let's try subtracting two trinomials now. So what if I had 3x squared plus 5x minus 1? There's one of them. And we're going to minus it with x squared minus 2x, and let's say plus 3. Why not? Well, we're going to keep this, right? We can take the parentheses away. We're going to distribute the negative. Distribute that negative there, right? Let's fix that 1. So this will be a minus x squared plus 2x. Remember, negative times a negative is a positive. And minus 3. If you want to think about it, you can always think that there's a 1 here. All right, so 3x squared minus x squared is going to give us 2x squared. Right? Then we look for our x's. We have a 5x plus a 2x. That's going to give us 7x. And minus 1 minus 3 is going to give us minus 4. There's our answer. So this again is a review. You did this in Algebra 1. Let's do another multiplication of binomials with FOIL. You should know FOIL from Algebra 1. Let's just do it in case you don't remember. So it's first, outside, inside, last. So you're doing something like this. Right? Bring that up. So you want to do x times x, which is x squared. And then x times negative 1 is just negative x, or negative 1x, but you don't need the 1. 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. We can combine like terms here. X squared plus x minus 2. Remember, there's a 1 there. If you want to think about it with a 1, a negative 1x plus a 2x would give us just an x, or 1x. So we did with the first times the first, the outside times the outside, the inside times the inside, and then the last term times the last term. Kind of looks like a fish sometimes when you make it. Alright, so that's multiplication, that's subtraction, that's addition, things you know. One thing is different is division. And dividing polynomials can be somewhat challenging or somewhat easy, depending on how we do it. So in our next video, we're going to do dividing polynomials. Great job.